Alright, fellas. We are about to just go absolutely nuts on the summons here. Alright, we're just gonna cool our jets for a moment. Let some people get into the chat. Okay, so basically what happened today was this morning I woke up and I went to the bodega to get a sandwich for breakfast. Usually I just get a bagel and cream cheese or something. And I don't know what it was, but you know, I just thought I might as well just buy one of those scratch-off tickets and see if I get lucky. Sometimes I get them, but not always. It depends on my mood. But today I bought a Take 5 ticket while I was getting my sandwich. And it turns out that I won $1,000 on that Take 5 ticket. So I paid $1 for the scratch-off ticket, and I made out with $999 profit. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't summon on this banner and try to go for the plus 10 on the colorless pool, because we do have some of the most fantastic colorless summons I've ever seen on a banner. We have Mila, of course, who is going to be really good in Aether Raids and Mjolnir Strike for scoring. We have Legendary Leaf, who is just a god in basically every single mode in the game. If you guys saw the showcase I did of him the other day, he just wrecks shop. And Legendary Alm is also pretty good, and he's one of the best player phasers that we've got access to. Now, unfortunately, I do have Legendary Tiki at plus 10, and both of them are Earth Heroes. So I don't really need Legendary Alm all that much, but it would still, of course, be very nice to get the plus 10 on him. And if colorless does not show up while I'm summoning, I will actually go for green, because as you guys already know, Annette would be amazing if I could manage to get a copy of her again. Also, Legendary Hector would be very nice, because mine is at plus 7, and getting any extra copies of him to get some more merges would definitely be the best way to go. Alright, we got a ton of people in the chat. Let me know just real quick if the audio is coming in good, because I don't want to like just get into the summons and then come to find out the audio isn't sounding good or anything like that. Also, I have not done any summons on this banner since the last time I put out a video, so my pity rate is already at 10.5%, so we're looking pretty good just right out the gates. The one that I would like the plus 10 on the most out of these units is definitely going to be Legendary Leaf. He's going to help me out the most in all the modes, and I don't have a water hero with a lot of merges. So getting a plus 10 Legendary Leaf would help me out so much for arena mode. And I guess Mila is in second place, followed by Alm in last place, only because I already have Tiki at plus 10. Alright, everyone's saying the audio sounds fine. Okay, so we're just going to hop right in, fellas, and wish me some luck here. Hopefully we get some hot summons like we did the last time I hopped into this banner. Now, I'm expecting that we are going to have to actually do a whole bunch of combat manual shenanigans, and I'm going to have to make a whole bunch of combat manuals because we don't have too much box space right now. I believe I'm at like 375 out of 400 for box space. So every couple of summons we are going to have to go ahead and make some room. Okay, so like I said, we are just going to be sniping colorless, and if green shows up, I will hit green instead of colorless. Also, if I end up pulling a 5-star on one of the circles right now, I will actually try to complete the circle, because I do have a pretty decent pity rate right now. Alright, so far we haven't really gotten much, but we only did 2 summons. Alright, the colorless orbs are actually a little bit sparse at the moment. We've only seen 1 per circle so far. Okay, we got back-to-back Kleins there. Klein is pretty cool. He does have a very nice refine. He also has Death Blow 3, so Klein was one of the best fodder units for a very long time. Alright, we got double colorless orbs in this circle. Also, if I could get some copies of a 3-star or 4-star Norn, that would be amazing. I do have that Midori, so I would love to just go ahead and use my Midori to fodder into Norn so I can get Close Foil and Spendthrift Bow on her. And Norn at plus 10 would be amazing as well, so I would love to just build her up. Outside of Norn, though, I don't really think there's too many other colorless units that I really want to go for. Of course, Legalt would be nice, because Attack Tactic is fantastic fodder. Alright, we got Soth on that pull there. Soth is pretty good. He does have Life and Death 3, which is nice for fodder. Alright, hopefully the summoning luck isn't like it was on the Legendary Edelgard banner, where I hoard all of the orbs that I spent on that legendary Edelgard banner were free to play, by the way, so hopefully my hopes and dreams don't get shattered here. Okay, our very first 5-star, we got legendary Leaf right there, so I do have him at +1, so I only need to get 9 copies of this guy to get the +10. So let's actually go ahead and add him to the list of summons. Alright, looking good so far. Let me check the IVs on this guy. Okay, we got plus defense minus speed. Of course, he does have a super boon in plus attack, so if I can manage to pull plus attack, that would be ideal. Should I actually hit the other orbs on this circle? I think I will. We did have a pretty high pity rate there, so maybe we get something nice on these red and blue orbs. Blue is probably the weakest color overall on this banner, I think. Really, it's just legendary Julia that's going to be awesome on there. But if I could walk away with units like Lif or Lacche or legendary Eliwood, that would of course be very nice. I'm just going to speed through these. Okay, we got Resplendent Eliwood. That is very good. Mine is at +8, so if I could manage to get another copy of him, I can go for the +10. Alright, we got Fear over there. Not bad. Bunny Fear is like the most adorable character in the whole game. It's a shame I didn't summon on that banner. I would have, looking back now, the Duo Idun and the Spring Fear, I would have loved to summon for them, so I probably should have went in on that banner, but I don't know. That was still when I was in my orb hoarding mentality. Alright, let's just keep going here. So, any pity rate I had has been reset. Okay, no colorless orbs on this circle, so we're just going to hit green like I said, and hopefully either get a net or a legendary Hector. Alright, now we got Nino on that pull, that's fine. Nino out here doing her best. Alright, we got Birdie Go Boom in the chat saying, "Hey Tacho, you got a nice voice." Well, thank you so much. Honestly, like, my voice is one of the things I'm the most embarrassed about. Like, I don't know, I don't like the way I sound, but it is always cool and surreal when I get compliments about that. Oh, do we have Glitter Valkyrie in the chat? I see Kao Ali in the chat giving a shout out to them. Or no, Fred Effect actually, giving a shout out to Glitter Valkyrie and Speedy. Speedy Hawk and Glitter Valkyrie did a collab summon on this banner, I believe. So, of course, shout-outs to them. Anytime you can holler at the YouTube crew, then it's always nice to do so. Alright, hey, check it out. Okay, we got Earth Mother to come home. So, this is my very first copy of Mila. Let's take a look at her IVs. So, ideally, I would want plus defense or plus res, because she has super boons in both, but looks like we ended up with plus speed minus defense. That is like one of the worst IVs you can get on her. Alright, let me just add her quickly to the list of pulls that we've gotten. Alright, so let's also take a look at the artwork. So I love the artwork on this Mythic Mila. She straight up looks like the Feral Imp from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys know what that is, with that giant horn on her head and the big elf ears. I really like it though. It's kind of wonky, her artwork with the jazz hands, but I do very much like this Mythic Mila artwork because it's very old school and it reminds me of like Greek goddesses and stuff like that. So, Goddess of Love Mila, pretty cool unit. Alright, let's just keep on summoning here. Hopefully we can get some more copies of her. That would be great. She does also inflict the isolation effect, so you can just forget about using Bride Fiorm anymore. She had a lot of trouble inflicting isolation on the high HP dancers, but that's not going to be a problem for Mila because she does it based on her defense. And Mila's defense is just going to tower over all of those dancers in Aether Raids. So not going to be a problem for her to actually inflict isolation pretty consistently. Alright, we got a 4-star Virion on that summon. Let me just do a quick IV check on this guy. If he's +8... Oh, wow. We actually did get plus HP. I'm going to lock him up. So, the cool thing about Virion is that his refine actually does the same thing as a Versa, where he inflicts panic on adjacent allies that have, or adjacent enemy allies that have less HP. Consider building him up. Alright, we got Brady over there. Brady's pretty cool too. I remember in Awakening, this guy, he was crying over a little flower, so... I mean, Brady may look like a tough guy on the outside, but he's a real softie on the inside. Hey, there we go. Okay. So this is not going to be like the legendary Edelgard summons at all. We got our second copy of Mila already. Let's take a look at the Ivies. Okay, we got plus attack that time. That's definitely better than plus speed. And we still have some colorless orbs on this circle, so we have a chance to get someone else. Let me just go ahead and add that to the list of pulls. Alright, so we're looking pretty good so far. We already got 3 heroes, and I don't think I've dipped below 100 orbs yet, so 3 heroes and 100 orbs is very good. Alright, once again, we got Brady there, 4-star Brady. This guy actually has a very interesting skill that you can use for fodder. Let me just show you guys real quick. Okay, so he has Infantry Rush, which grants Heavy Blade to adjacent infantry allies within 2 spaces of him. So, this could actually be a pretty clutch way to ramp into your specials if you have him as a supporter. I don't really know if it's going to see all that much use, but it is nice that he gets it and he's in the 4-star pool, so... Probably don't want to sleep on Infantry Rush. You may be able to find some good uses for it. Alright, we got Kareem Hazo in the chat saying I'm his NYC brother. Oh man, what is going on in the world right now where people are just looting and robbing stores and rioting and all of that? Alright, well, I can understand the rioting, but like looting, what does that have to do with anything, right? There's no reason for people to just completely abolish any and all order and just start robbing stores for no good reason. I mean, yeah, people are upset and people want to riot and protest and all that. That's all good. That's healthy to help improve the actual state of things right now, but looting and stuff like that, that's not good. I don't condone any of that. As Captain Planet would say, looting and polluting is not the way, so... Shoutouts to Captain Planet for that. You don't want to loot. Alright, yeah, so like I said, we haven't even dipped below 100 orbs yet, and we already pulled 3 5-stars, so we're looking pretty good here. Also, we haven't pulled Legendary Alm, who is the least wanted of the 3 heroes for me. Alright, we got Baldy on that summon. So Reese, someone in my Discord chat actually said every time you summon Reese, you should get a stamina potion, because that is what he is holding when you summon him. That would be pretty funky. I would actually like that a lot. Alright, we got 4-star Kaze over there. Kaze is, of course, Midori's Pops, and he does come with Attack Smoke, so he's pretty good for fodder. Gonna have to hold on to that Kaze. Also, he comes with Barb Shuriken, which is basically just a killing version of a dagger. Okay, and we got the Angry Ninja, more like the Angry Bird Saizo. I've said this like 20 times, but if you change Saizo's mask color from black to yellow, he would just straight up be the red Angry Bird. I want to see some meme pictures of that. All you guys in the chat, get on that. Let me see that yellow mask Saizo. Lethal Sandwich saying kamikaze. I like it. I like it a lot, because when you use the smoke skills, you are kind of using a like kamikaze type of tactic, right? Just rushing in at the foes, debuffing them, and then going ham right after that. It's very good, especially with the duo skill from Micaiah, so... I mean, the smoke skills are always going to be a good call to go for. Alright, we got Moy Bahar in the chat. What's up, my boy? And we pulled a 3-star Mercedes on that summon. Mercedes is a good girl. Her personality just totally threw me off completely in 3 houses, because I wasn't expecting her to be the type of girl that was into telling ghost stories. So, shoutouts to Mercedes, of course. I can just imagine Mercedes getting, like, all the youngins around a campfire, like Bernie and Lysithia and stuff, and just scaring them senseless with a good ghost story. I really need to get on the DLC for Three Houses, actually. I haven't played the Ashen Wolves house yet. And it did look pretty interesting. I saw some cool stuff about the house members for Ashen Wolves. So I may have to get on that. My favorite one looks, as far as looks are concerned, is Happy. I mean, with a name like Happy, how can you not just be a big cheerful joy? So, looking forward to seeing how Happy actually acts. Alright, we got Justin Cooper in the chat asking me what would be my opinion on the potential for dual smoke skills. Actually, that would be pretty rad. I mean, just having, like, dual attack and speed smoke built into the C-slot passive on these dagger units that have dagger 7, that would be pretty bananas, especially on the broadleaf fan units and any unit that you can support with duo Micaiah, of course. So yeah, dual smokes would actually be pretty rad. I would be down for that. Okay, we have to go ahead and expand. I'm not going to expand. I'm going to just go ahead and make some combat manuals here. Alright, so just bear with me real quick, fellas, while I get this done. Okay, so pretty much all of these characters that we summon that are not 5 stars, I'm just going to turn them into manuals. I can go ahead and do like IV checks and stuff like that later. Right now, I just want to go for the summons. Okay, we're going to hold on to the 5-star units for now. It would probably be better if I merged them up so we could save some space, but for now, it's fine like that. And we are currently on a 9% pity rate, so let's see if we can pull some more hot fire today. Alright, we got Ariha in the chat. What's up? I actually fought her team, or his team, in Aether Raids for a showcase not so long ago. So, shoutouts to Ariha, of course. Alright, we got our boy Merrick on that summon. That ain't really the good Merrick. They shafted that version of Merrick. The real good Merrick is actually the Kid Merrick. And he's got built-in null follow-up on his weapons, so he's really good. Alright, another copy of Virion, sure. As long as I have the plus HP one that we pulled from earlier, that's pretty much good enough for me. We haven't pulled any copies of Norn yet, though, so that is a little disappointing. I would like to get the plus 10 on Norn, and I need a lot of copies of her for that. Okay, back-to-back Virion summons. I mean, sure. I'm pretty sure I have more than enough combat manuals to plus 10 Virion by now, but I mean, I guess I could just sell them for feathers at this point. Alright, I'm going to actually start speeding through some of these summons so we don't have to sit through the long animations. Yeah, we have a lot of orbs to go through here, guys. This is going to be pretty wild. Alright, we got Kao Ali in the chat saying one winged angel. We got Justin Cooper saying he spent 100 orbs going for Annette and 2 Hectors, an Ocean, Julia, and a minus attack plus speed leaf. That's not too bad, actually. I mean, going in with 100 orbs and pulling all of those quality 5 stars, I would mark that up as a W, actually, my boy. That's not too shabby. Alright, Hanako-chan saying, hoping to see Three Houses Constance. She's very hype. I don't really know too much about Constance. She does look like one of the classic troubadour types, with her being fancy and like a rich girl type. So, I don't even know if that's her personality, so let me know in the chat if that's how she is. But that's who she reminds me of, basically, just the troubadours, like Nana, for example, that we just got. Alright, let's take a look at the pity rate. We're at 10%. So we haven't pulled any 5 stars since the opening batch where we got real lucky and we got 3 in a row. Or, well, not 3 in a row, but 3 very close in consecutive order. So hopefully this doesn't turn out like the summoning video where I only get the 3 at the start and then the rest of the video is dry. Alright, we got Tethys on that pull. Tethys is actually a pretty good option to go for the plus 10. Being a dagger class dancer unit, she's going to be one of the more versatile options you can go for. She also has as much HP as Sylvia does, so she has as much of a chance of avoiding getting hit by stuff like isolation in the case of Bride Fiorm. But of course, Mila just pretty much made all of that a moot point with her defense check. Alright, we got Moy Bahar asking me, Tacho, what are you aiming for right now? Plus 10 on Mila? Yeah, either plus 10 on Mila or plus 10 on Legendary Leaf. Okay, we hopped in with this summon and we got a Legendary Alm over there. So my Legendary Alm is already plus speed, so we're good to go in that regard. Let's go ahead and add him to the list of summons. So when it comes to this Legendary Alm, mine is already at plus 8 merges, so, or not plus 8 merges, plus 2 merges. So I need 8 copies in total to get the plus 10 on Alm, and this is our first out of 8. Also, when it comes to units like Legendary Leaf, I need 9 copies of him to get the plus 10, and I need 11 copies of Mila to get the plus 10, so whichever one of these guys we get the plus 10 on first is where we're going to call it. I don't really want to get plus 10 on all 3 unless they all happen to come at the same time or something like that. As soon as we get a plus 10, we're going to hop out of here. And hopefully we do get a plus 10. I'm going to be a little disappointed if we go in with all these orbs and we don't get a plus 10. Alright, we got Barst and we got Bartree there. So 2 members of Chop joining the crew. Shoutouts to Chop, of course. Edelgard tried to join up with Chop. If you guys remember in the little Fae anniversary thing they showed. Alright, I probably shouldn't have gone in on all the orbs in this circle, but we did have a 10% pity rate, so I didn't want it to go to waste. Alright, so we are back down to the regular rates now. Okay, unfortunately we didn't get green or colorless, so I'm just going to go for red. Red is honestly a really good color to snipe on as well. We got Lif, we got Legendary Eliwood, and we have Lakche on this color, so red is pretty stacked in its own right. But I do have a preference for Legendary Leaf, to be honest, so I would like to get the plus 10 on him. Alright, we got Ryuga Toshio saying, won't you save for Choose Your Legends 4, though? Well, I mean, that's all the way up until August, right? So there is still time for me to save up orbs and hopefully get some good copies of units over there. Also, one nice thing about Choose Your Legends 4 is that we will get a free copy of the unit of our choice. So I won't even have to summon to get that. And since it's a new Heroes banner, there may even be the 40 summoner count on that. So we have a possibility to get 2 free heroes on the upcoming Choose Your Legends 4 banner. So that would be really great and definitely going to minimize the amount of orbs you need to save up for that. Alright, we got Samir Johnson saying it's pronounced Larce, not Larche. It's actually Lakche, and that is her Japanese name. The only reason I call her that is because that's what she was called in the first translation of Fire Emblem 4 that I had played. So it's really hard for me to break habits when it comes to like some of the Japanese characters, like Levin as well. I just can't call him Lewin. I just have to call him Levin because that's what he was to me. And Sed and Seti, like, I just call him Seti. I'm not used to calling him Sed, even though that's his new name, but I mean, for me, it was always Seti, wielding 4 Setis, so he was like one of the most OP units, of course, in Fire Emblem 4. It's kind of a shame how they did him in Fire Emblem Heroes, where they didn't even give him the 4 Seti tome. It really should have been on him out of anybody. But it is what it is. Alright, we are on sort of a drought for 5 stars at the moment. We haven't really pulled anyone since that Legendary Alm. So I think we're like 300 orbs down the hatch now, and we've... Oh, okay. I guess I spoke too soon, guys. So here comes Mila coming home for us. And we got plus defense. Okay, that is perfect. Of course, her weapon calculates based on defense, so that's a pretty good boon for her. Also, it's a super boon, so not bad. Alright, so we're on 3 copies of Mila. I need 8 more copies of her to get the plus 10 at this point. Yeah, I'm not going to go for the other circles there. I'm just going to hop out. I don't think I had too much of a pity rate at that time, and all the colors were blue, so I didn't really care too much. I guess Legendary Julia would be nice to get, but I don't know. I'm not too interested in the other blue units on this banner. Alright, we got Niles on that pull. Alright, let's just keep going, man. We aren't doing too bad. We're definitely doing a lot better than we did on the Legendary Edelgard banner, where I kept on pulling Nagi, who was my least wanted of the 3. Not to say Nagi is bad. I mean, Nagi is one of the few units that has colorless type triangle advantage, right? But on that Edelgard banner, I really just wanted to go for Edelgard or Celica, so it was a little unfortunate that we didn't really pull too many of them. And I only got 1 copy of Edelgard in all 900 orbs that I used on that banner, so that was definitely an RIP moment for me. But, I mean, already we're doing way better than we did last time, so at least I can know that my lotto ticket is coming in handy here. Okay, so we got green to show up with no colorless, so we're going to go for green and hopefully get Annette. Okay, that is not Annette, but I guess I'll take Wrath. Wrath is pretty awesome too. Okay, and we have to go ahead and make some more combat manuals now, so let's get that over with. Man, I wish they would just let you keep on summoning even after you've gone past the point of whatchamacallit, of running out of box space. Like, a lot of other gacha games will just let you keep on summoning no matter what. So it's a little bit annoying that Fire Emblem Heroes doesn't let you do that. And to be honest, at this point, I should probably merge up the 5 stars so we can make some more space, but I don't know. For now, we're just going to go back to the summons and keep going here. And we are on 8.5% for the pity rate. Alright, we got Moy Bahar in the chat saying he thinks that tonight is going to be the Fae channel. Or possibly the trailer. Yeah, I think so, because they did announce that the maintenance is either going to be tonight or tomorrow night. I don't remember. Hey, there we go. Okay, finally we pulled a copy of Norn. Now, I only have 2 copies of this girl, so I am going to need like 8 or 9 copies before I can get the plus 10 on her. But I am very much looking forward to the plus 10 on Norn. She is very good. Okay, but what I was saying before about the Fae channel is, yeah, I pretty much think it's either going to be tonight or tomorrow night, and they may actually drop a Fae channel on us, because it does look like there's a lot of info that they need to address. Like, we got the refines, of course. Hey, there we go. Okay, best girl. The best girl has come back home to your boy. Okay, we got plus res, minus HP. That is way better than last time, where I had minus attack. Oh, man, that makes me so happy that we actually pulled Annette today. Let me just add her to the list. Alright, so Annette, I am so sorry that I sacrificed you last time. I am never going to do that again. You were just way too useful. So what I did was I sacrificed her for Rally, Attack, and Speed Plus, so I could stay in Tier 21 that season, and immediately I just regretted it, because Annette is such a good unit. Okay, but thankfully Annette forgave me, and she came home. Alright, so we're pretty much done as far as green is concerned. That was really all I wanted. Of course, the legendary Hector merges would be nice too, but I mean, I'm not as fussed about getting merges on him as I am about just getting that 1 copy of Annette. Alright, we got a whole bunch of Matthews recently, so Matthew's pretty cool too. He does have the broadly fan effect on his dagger. So Matthew is actually a unit that would totally benefit from double smoke skills. And here he comes again. Okay, so... Man, Matthew is just hopping in like flies over here. Alright, let's hop back into the summons. Let's see if we can pull some more legendary leafs. That is the guy that I'm trying to get the plus 10 on the most. Alright, we got Noah Coconut in the chat saying, I like to run Annette and Elliewood, and the enemy team is so debuffed. Even Bartry could crack anybody. Yeah, that's pretty much the way you want to run her, so... Annette does have that really nasty rally effect where she can grant +1 mobility to all your units besides range horses. And Annette also has the built-in ruse skill in her B-slot passive. And you can just go ahead and give her a feint skill as the Sacred Seal, and all of a sudden Annette becomes a master debuffer. So Annette is just a really monstrous unit. Definitely one of the best supporters in the game, and definitely worth having one copy of. Alright, we got Priscilla on that pull. Okay, so we still haven't dipped below 1,000 orbs yet, and we've pulled a whole bunch of good stuff that I've been trying to get, so far so good. We are doing pretty well on these summons. I don't feel like I'm being shafted, like, sort of on the Edelgard banner. I mean, I don't really want to say I got shafted over there, but you guys already know that I did want to get some better IVs for Edelgard at the very least, like plus attack. And it just wasn't happening, so RIP those Edelgard summons. Alright, we got another Potion Master Baldy over here. Alright, let's just keep on going, man. Alright, Willia cries in Jugdrill Summer alt. Oh, man. I don't know what the holdup is with the Jugdrill alts, because they really need some alts, especially Sigurd and Salif. I can't believe they gave Leaf an alt before they actually gave Salif one, because, I mean, Salif is real important if you guys have played Fire Emblem 4. Same thing with Sigurd, and Sigurd is like one of the most beloved lords in the entire franchise. So it's just criminal to me that we have not gotten an alt for Sigurd yet. Hopefully on one of the upcoming summer banners, we actually get a duo Sigurd and Deidre. Hopefully as a bikini and swim trunks unit. That would be pretty rad. I'd be down for that. Okay, we got another copy of Norn there. That's very good. So that's 2 down and like 8 or 9 more to go for Norn. And once again, we got Matthew there, so... We pulled Matthew pretty often today. Definitely more than enough to get the plus 10 on him. Okay, if I get a 5-star in this batch, I'm actually going to hit the green orbs, because I do have a chance to pull Legendary Hector. That is, of course, assuming we pull a 5-star in this batch. Alright, so we got Lucius and we got Priscilla. Both of those characters have a thing for Raven, if you guys know. And we got Forest. Okay. So no 5-star. That means no green pulls for me. Let's just hop out of there. Alright, Willie is saying thanks for the Jugdrill support, Tacho. Hey, anytime, man. I mean, Jugdrill is actually a really underrated series. Or 1-2 punch, I would say. I really enjoy the story in Fire Emblem 4. I wasn't really the biggest fan of Fire Emblem 5, because, I don't know, it just felt to me like a little too much of a spin-off game like Fire Emblem 2 was, where it was just a Gaiden chapter of the events that happened in Part 1, pretty much, so... I don't know, like Fire Emblem 2 and Fire Emblem 5 always stood out to me as, like, really obscure. But when it comes to Jugdrill, I feel like Fire Emblem 4 is one of the most underrated in the series, and... Of course, being a Japanese-only game at the moment, not too many people have exposure to Jugdrill, or to Jugdrill. So it would be really cool if they gave us a remake of Fire Emblem 4 at some point. I would really enjoy that, especially on the Switch. Like, it's so perfect. Give us a Switch release in HD of Fire Emblem 4, and you will make me a very happy person with that. Alright, we got Death by Far in the chat. Yo, what's up, my boy? Glad you could make it to the live stream. And we got Sleepy Splashes in the chat also. Actually, I forgot to make her a mod. She is on my Discord channel, and she's a mod over there, and I was supposed to make her a mod for this live stream, but I wasn't sure if she was going to be awake for this. I don't actually know what time zone she's in, but I mean, it's all good. Definitely right after this, I'm going to have to give her some mods for the streams. Alright, we got Robin KSUO, or Kasuo, I don't know if I'm saying that right. We're probably going to get a remake of Fire Emblem 4. Well, I would definitely adore it if we did. Jugdral is definitely like one of the most slept on games right now. I would have said Tellius, but I think enough people are fans of Ike that they know a thing or two about Tellius, so... Tellius, I don't think Tellius needs any more love right now. I think what we really need is the Japanese exclusive games like Fire Emblem 4 and 5 to actually get some sort of official translation. It would also be pretty dope if we got one for Fire Emblem 6. A lot of speculation actually going on about a release of Fire Emblem 6 and Fire Emblem 7 as a 2-in-1 game. And I would be down with that, of course. Those are really great. Okay, so I believe this is all the space I can make for now. And so far today, we've pulled 6 5-star units. And I've gone in with roughly 400 orbs at this point, so that's actually not that great for a legendary banner, if I'm being honest. But we are pulling exactly the units that I want, so I can't really complain too much. Alright, we got Shadow in the chat. What's up, Tacho? Glad that I tuned into the stream, and also glad to see that someone is having good summons on this banner. Well, I mean, things were going good at the start, but we are getting really scarcely fed the 5 stars at this point. And we are on a 10% pity rate, but hopefully things are going to turn around real soon. Alright, we got Setsuna there. Setsuna's actually getting a refine, I think. I don't remember if it was her. No, it wasn't Setsuna. It was actually Clarice. Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry to any Setsuna fans out there. I believe the next batch of refines is going to be Myrrh, Setsuna, and I actually completely forgot the other two off top, so my bad on that. I'm very excited about Myrrh, though, because my Myrrh is at plus 10. And man, she really needed that refine badly. Great Flame has not aged well at all. She basically needs to have 5 more defense than the foes to negate their follow-up, and first of all, it's not even likely she's going to have more defense than them anymore, because, I mean, BST power creep has been in full force lately. And even then, it's not even likely that they're going to have null follow-up or something like that to just get the double attack on her anyway, so Myrrh is in some real hot water at the moment, and she could use a pretty nice refine to come back to life. Alright, Death by Far is helping me out in the chat. He says it's Drog and Donald getting the refines. Donald's actually going to be pretty cool. I believe he has the the trainee BST bonus, so when you couple that in with the plus 10 feather, or the plus 10 dragon flowers that you can potentially give to Donald, he could end up being pretty good, depending on what his refine does. So definitely don't sleep on Donald. He's got a chance to come back and be a meta level unit for sure. Yeah, Robin So took the words right out of my mouth. From zero to hero. That's what we're going to have to start calling Donald after his refine. Assuming he gets a good one anyway. Alright, we got Juan Ernesto Campuzano Fernandez in the chat. Okay, that name is a mouthful, but I love it. I love people that have names that are like 6 names long or something, like where they have a middle name that's double names and then their first name and last name. I don't know, it just sounds real fancy to me, so shout outs to you, my boy. And he says, Donald is already a monster. What do you mean? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. If you guys saw, I posted a picture of Donald actually, a level 1 Donald just completely destroying a plus 10 legendary Edelgard with the Brave Lance after he gains the dominance effect from Duo Micaiah. So that's pretty nutty that you can just kill level 40 units with a level 1 now. Alright, our boy is saying just call him Juan in the chat. Nah, I feel like that's a disservice. I gotta call you at least Juan Ernesto. When you have a really long name like that, it is nice to make people actually say the whole thing. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You say the whole thing. Okay, that was my little Boondocks reference for today's live stream. Alright, where are the 5 stars at? What's going on? We have been on a pretty bad drought here lately. We're about to dip below 1,000 orbs, and we are on 11.5% rates. That's not good. Alright, you know what I might actually do? I don't know if this does anything, but I might try to reset the seed by closing the app and then coming back in. I don't know if that even does anything, but I've seen some people do it in other gacha games, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know, so real quick, we're just going to close the app, and then we're going to hop back in and see if that does anything for us. I doubt that this game runs on a seed, but I mean, you never know, right? So just a little bit of superstition for people out there that summon and they feel like they're getting some bad luck. Maybe close the app and come back in, and maybe that'll give you some better luck. Who knows? Alright, but here we are. We're back, and we're going to hopefully get some 5 stars now. Let's see if the superstition actually comes into play. Alright, we got Cass in the chat. Hey man, it's been some time, hasn't it? I just took my time to ease myself from the passing of a loved one, and now I'm feeling well than I was last week. Hope your week is going well. Well, it's always tough dealing with loss, Cass. Someone actually recently passed in my family that was a relative of mine, my uncle. He had the virus, and unfortunately, he already had a bunch of heart problems, so he wasn't really in the best of shape, but finally it was the coronavirus that got him, so it does suck. I know what it's like. We couldn't even really, do a funeral for him properly, because, I mean, when you have the virus, they try to do quarantine, and they don't want people, getting too close and stuff like that. So it really sucked that we couldn't, do a real type of ceremony like we wanted to for him, but yeah, man, dealing with loss is real tough, and we are in tough times right now, so very unfortunate. But I hope you guys can cope with the tough times a little bit better. Alright, Hanako-chan is asking me if I go to college. I mean, I used to go to college, but I graduated, so your boy is finished with college, so I don't have to worry about those things anymore. Very nice, too, because, I mean, I hate doing homework, so I mean, college, I could rant about why college is dumb for hours and hours. What do we need homework for, right? We go to college and we go into class, and class is 2 hours long, and then it's just a 2-hour-long lecture, and then that's not enough. We're expected to go home and write a 20-page paper. How is that going to make you smarter? That's not going to make you smarter. That's just going to mean you wrote a 20-page paper, and most of the time it's fluff, right? Because I had this problem a lot when I was in college where I'm very concise when I write my essays and stuff like that. So I don't actually beat around the bush, and I just like to be forward. But college just beats that right out of you, because you got to write a 20-page paper or more sometimes, and there's no way you're going to be able to write 20 pages without just fluffing it up and adding a whole bunch of filler lines that just add more space to the page, basically. So I mean, college, they need to do something about that. There's no reason why a paper needs to be 20 pages long, in my opinion. Okay, while I was ranting, we actually pulled a copy of Mila there, so that's very nice. Let's add her to the summoning list. I apologize to any of the scholars in the chat that may be offended by my little tirade there, or tirade. Okay, we are going to hit the green orb in this batch because I did have a pretty high pity rate just now. I guess we can go in on the red orb too. I'm just going to skip the blue one because I don't really care too much about the blue focuses. Hey! Okay, we got Ocean there. So I guess it wasn't the worst idea to actually hit that color. Okay, we got plus defense, minus HP. This guy is really cool. His weapon has -1 special trigger and built-in distant counter if he's above half HP. So Ocean's actually not too shabby. And if you don't like him, you can just sack him for Mirror Stance 3, which I think I might actually go ahead and give to my Fallen Ike if I don't like Ocean. Let me just add him to the list of pulls. Okay, so as soon as I start ranting about college and why I don't like school, we start getting the hot fire to come in. I don't know if that's a sign from above or what, but I don't know. Let me just stop voicing my grievances with college and stuff like that. All right, let's hit the red orb, see if we get anything. All right, we got Lakche, or I don't know why I said that. We got Lonku, actually. I don't know. Should I hit this blue orb? I mean, what could we possibly get on blue that would be good? I guess there's only 3 orbs. I might as well just go for it. I guess, like, Legendary Julia would be the best possible thing. I don't even have a copy of her yet, so that would be nice. But we didn't even get the smoke, so we are walking out of there with Robin. And we have to go ahead and make some more combat manuals now, so let's just quickly get that done. Alright, let me lock up my Ocean so I don't actually sell him by accident. Oh, I should probably be doing IV checks on these forests that we keep pulling, because, I mean, he does have a decent attack stat. It's not the worst thing in the world to get the plus 10 on him, but I'm not really too interested in that right now. Okay, so we are currently on 8 5-star summons, and we've used just about 500 orbs, so if anyone in the chat wants to math that out and give me, like, statistics on how well we're doing or how bad we're doing, that'd be pretty great. Alright, we got Anthony Arce, or Archie, or RK, I don't know how to say that name. So, forgive me, my boy, but Anthony basically says, aren't we getting the trailer tonight? And yeah, we are possibly getting it tonight or tomorrow night. I'm not sure just yet. And it would be good to hold on to some orbs for that, but I mean, your boy right now is looking at that plus 10 leaf, and his eyes are watering. So I do want to try to get some merges on that dude. He is really badass in all the modes. Alright, Joker the Trickster is asking me if I have any hidden talent. Not really, to be honest. I'm a talentless hack, right? I'm not good at too many things. I'm a little bit good at games, but I don't know. That's not really a talent, I guess. I can get very competitive, though, when it comes to games. Like, I don't know what it is about Pokemon. It's like the most casual and kid-friendly game ever, but I don't know what it is about competitive Pokemon, but that really brings it out of me when I'm playing, like, in big tournaments and stuff like that. In the old days, I would get really riled up and stuff like that. And it's just really unsportsmanlike, so I hate getting like that, but I mean, Pokemon just does it to me. Not even Splatoon. Like, a lot of people play Splatoon and they get upset with their teammates and they complain that they gotta carry the team and all of that stuff. Like, I don't know why Splatoon is not like that for me, but if there's just one game out there that really brings out the rage for me, it's Pokemon. So, that's your little Tacho tidbit for the day. Alright, nice knowing you in the chat. What's up, my boy? Get ready for Sotha. I mean, for Faye channel. Shoutouts to Kimberly Tierney, of course. She was the original voice actor for Faye the Owl. And they replaced her with Cassandra Lee Morris, the voice of Sothis, of course. Now, let me know in the chat, actually, guys, which Faye the Owl voice do you prefer and why? Now, for me, I think it's actually hard to say. I feel like Cassandra Lee Morris actually delivers the lines a little bit better. But there's something about Kimberly Tierney that I just really like listening to the way she talks. It's very adorable, and it gave me this impression in my mind of Faye the Owl being like a kindergarten teacher teaching us all about Faye. And I don't know, I kind of like that. It was pretty adorable, so shoutouts to Kimberly Tierney, of course. Alright, we got Jugoso version 0.2 in the chat asking me what my favorite Pokemon is. I mean, it always changes. There's so many great Pokemon that I like. To narrow it down to just one, I don't think I can, but I mean, off top, Salamence, I really like him. I like the story behind Salamence a lot, where he starts off as a Bagon and he can't fly, and Bagon just wants to fly no matter what, so he practices every day by jumping off a cliff. And eventually he does grow wings and he can become Salamence and fly. Also, Mega Salamence is like one of my favorite design Pokemon ever. I love the crescent wing shape of his wings, or the crescent moon shape on his wings, so that's pretty badass. Also, Heracross, more like Heraboss. I love Heracross so much, he's so awesome. Especially in the anime, I loved Ash's Heracross a lot. He would always just start sucking the sap out of Bulbasaur's plant, so Heracross is pretty cool too. Alright, yeah, I mean, there's just so many. I can't even name all of them. There's so many Pokemon that I like. But those are just a couple off top. Neo Swordsman Z saying Salamence is best dragon. I see you are a man of culture. Shoutouts to Salamence. He is probably my favorite Pokemon for sure. But it's not like a landslide victory. I do like a whole bunch of them a lot, so Salamence is one of my favorites, probably my most favorite, but I do have a lot of love for a lot of the other ones. Alright, Heracross low-key carried Ash, him and Charizard, yeah, man. Remember the episode where Ash used Heracross to battle that Caesar? That was pretty awesome. That was one of the best, like, battle animations as far as the actual fights go. So I loved that episode. Also, Charizard versus Magmar, that was pretty dope. That's way back in Kanto, though. I feel like the battle animations in Pokemon haven't really been getting that much better. Like, a lot of other things have improved, but the actual fights, I feel like they were way more intense back in the day. So, that's probably why most people prefer the OG anime. Okay, we got another copy of Mila there. So, we are on, what is this, copy number 5, I believe. Okay, and we got plus res. That's actually the IVs that I was looking for. So let me go ahead and add that to our summoning list. Okay, so Mila, plus res on Mila, I think is probably going to be the way to go. Because when you have plus res on her, it's also a super boon, and it puts her up to above 40 in both defensive stats. And plus defense is honestly just overkill on her. You don't really need it. Okay, we're on 900 orbs, and we've got 5 copies of Mila. So if we can get 6 more within the remaining amount of orbs I've got, that would be pretty nice to walk out of here with a plus 10 of her. I was hoping to get some more copies of Legendary Leaf, but I believe we only pulled 1 copy of him today, so that is a little sucky. But it's not the biggest deal if I can get a bunch of merges for Mila today. Alright, Sleepy Splash is saying plus defense if you're purely going for the isolation procs, and that is true to an extent, but I feel like there's really no reason to overinvest in her defense. She already has so much defense anyway that it's not really going to matter too much in the matchups where you want to inflict isolation. Like for dancing units, for instance, like Legendary Azura has no defense at all. So there's no way she's going to avoid getting hit by isolation from Mila. So I do feel like going for plus res on her does have some merits. And of course she has sabotage attack as well, so having some more res is going to make some better use of that. Alright, Spiral Gamer saying I would still go plus defense for the isolation procs. Yeah, I mean, plus defense or plus res, it's pretty much just going to be up to your preference on which one you like more. They are both the best options to go for on Mila. But I already told you guys my opinions on it, so I mean, feel free to build her however you want. There is no right answer, of course, when you're building units. A lot of units in this game just have so much variation and variability. There's so many builds and so many really good skill combinations, so pretty much just build the way you want and you should be good to go. Alright, Haora in the chat backing me up. He says he also thinks plus res is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I feel like plus res is definitely the way, because I don't know, like, to me, I just feel like there's no reason to extend on her defense like that, because she already has more than enough. And ideally, you could run, like, Fortress Defense and Res on her, too, to get some even more res, so yeah, personally, I feel like there's really not that much of a reason to go in on res with her, or go in on defense with her, but definitely feel free to run your Mila how you want. Alright, we got a... Oh, wow, we got a Racing on that pull. That's actually very good. I would love to get a plus 10 on Racing, but I don't have a lot of copies of him, so that combat manual is actually going to help us out quite a bit. Alright, Captain Pigeon saying go plus speed on Mila. Nah, my boy, I don't think I want to go that far. Yeah, I mean, plus speed, not on Mila. Like, there are a couple of units that can actually make clutch use of the plus speed, but I don't think Mila is one of them, so I will refrain from going plus speed on her. Hey, we got a copy of Sophia there. That's pretty good. So I believe this is actually the last copy I needed to get the plus 10 on her. So that's actually a pretty good pull. And we are still trying to get that one more copy of Resplendent Eliwood so I could get a plus 10 on him as well. Alright, Moy Bahar saying he's got like 30 Racing combat manuals. Man, I wish that was me. Racing is so good. Hey, oh my god, wow, this is like the Mila stream right here. So we've pulled more copies of Mila than I pulled of Nagi on the... Or, yeah, actually we did. We pulled like the same amount, basically. Or I pulled 7 copies of Nagi on the Edelgard stream, but let's go ahead and add Mila to the list. So we got 6 copies down and 5 to go. And unfortunately, we're still sitting on 1 copy of Leaf and 1 copy of Alm, but that's not a big deal. Mila is, of course, going to be really good to get the plus 10 on for me, especially in Mjolnir's Strike, where I can score higher. Oh, people were telling me to go in on the full circle on that Mila pull. I actually hopped out of there by, like, reflex. I didn't even think about it. Oh, man, my bad, guys. We may have had a pretty good pity right there, too. Alright, we got Joker the Trickster asking if I got bullied in school. Actually, no, not really. Like, I was kind of a badass in high school. I probably shouldn't be saying that, but, like, talking myself up, but... Nah, I was, like, cool with everybody in high school. Like, the cool thing about me is that I just get along with everybody regardless of, like, what you like or what your interests are. I just click with people. So I was friends with, like, the jocks, I was friends with the nerds, I was friends with, like, the average kids, the special kids, the cool kids. I was friends with everybody, basically, so... Not a lot of, like, bullying at all. Not in front of me, anyway. I didn't really get bullied. I didn't see too many people get bullied. My high school was pretty chill, to be honest. We didn't even have any gangs in my high school, so... I went to a pretty rad high school like that, where... Everyone was just chill and friendly to everybody. But in middle school, though, my middle school was pretty gangster. We had, like, There was like 3 different gangs in my middle school, so yeah, middle school was actually more trouble for me than high school. Which is weird, because you would think it's the other way around, right? You would think in high school, the kids are older, they would be a little bit more, like, mean and tough. I don't know what it is, but in middle school for me, it was where, like, all the badasses were in my middle school, so I kind of lucked out when I went to high school after that. Tacho is an anime protagonist. Oh, man. Shoutouts to... Who said that? Jigoso in the chat? Yeah. I make friends with everybody. I'm like Naruto. Yeah, that's like my special power. I make friends with everybody. Norifly showing off the whale emojis there, and that is exactly what's going on. The whaling is in full force. Alright, Jalen Carr saying middle schoolers are ruthless. There's like no social awareness. Yeah, I mean, to me, I personally feel that way too. Like, the more younger you are, the less like mentally, I guess, knowledgeable about like things in the world and stuff like that. So you really just care about yourself in middle school. You don't care too much about anyone else's feelings and stuff like that. So it's more common in younger kids, I feel, to go for like a bullying mentality and stuff like that. Whereas in high school, you get a little more mature. You know certain things you should do and you shouldn't do and stuff like that. All right, Elite Lou in the chat saying, thank goodness we don't have a middle school in Canada. Oh, for real? How does it work then? Because I know in some countries they actually merge like middle school and high school together and it's just one big thing. So I don't really know how the schooling system works for other countries. I shouldn't be commenting on that, but hey, every time I'm talking about school, we just start pulling these Milas, right? Last time I was ranting about high school or college essays and papers, and we pulled a copy of Mila there. All right, so we are on 7 copies of Mila. We only need 4 more to get the plus 10 on her. Pretty interesting stuff. I mean, of course, Mila is going to be nice for the plus 10. And we got plus res on that pull. I should probably hit the other circles here, but I feel like I really just want to snipe colorless so we can get some more copies of Mila. They are coming out like water here, so we are doing pretty good on that. Alright, Sleepy Splash is saying that's the 3rd plus res Mila. Probably. It might be the 2nd or 3rd, I don't remember. I wasn't really keeping track too much. We are looking very good on the Mila summons, though. So, pretty happy about that. Alright, so Lucky Kari, I believe that is. Or Lucky Carl. I can't tell if that's an I or an L. Here, elementary, middle, and high school is all merged. Oh, that's really interesting, actually. So wait, it's just all the schools in one? Like, from grade 1 all the way up to grade 12? How does that work? Well, I know, the only thing I know about, like, other school systems is that they don't refer to them as grades, they call them years. So it's like year 1, year 2, year 3, etc. That's like the only thing I know about foreign schools. Alright, yeah, Elite Lou is saying in Ontario there is no middle school. Apple O in the chat saying, hey, Tacho. What's up, Apple O? Glad you could make it to the stream. We've been doing pretty good on the summons if you just hopped in. I pulled 7 copies of Mila already, and we are trying to get the plus 10 on her, so we are looking pretty good in that aspect. Alright, Elite Lou is saying I'm in grade 11 right now. Alright, not too far off from graduating there, actually, so hopefully you have a good last 2 final years in, I guess, high school, and then you move on to college after that. Alright, we got Dr. J Boss in the chat asking what IVs am I going for. On Mila, I wanted plus res, and we already got it. We actually got it multiple times, so pretty happy about that. On Legendary Leaf, I would like to get plus attack, but it doesn't look like he's popping up today, so... Hey, look at that. I mean, as soon as I bring up Legendary Leaf, Mila is like, what you talking about? I'm the only unit you can summon today. Okay, so... Wow, once again, we got plus res on Mila, plus res minus speed. That's like the perfect Ivies to go for. If you're not going for merges, that is. So let's go ahead and add her to the list. Alright, so we're sitting on 8 copies of Mila at the moment. Looking pretty good, to be honest. Alright, so I completely lost track of what I was talking about before that Mila pull. Let me just really quickly make some more combat manuals so we can hop back in there. Alright, so we pulled a total of, let's see here, 12 5-star units today, so we've gone in with about less than half of my orbs so far, and that's actually not too bad, I think. 12 5-stars in like 600 or 700-ish orbs, that seems like some pretty decent odds. I've had way worse on summons before in the past. So oh my god. Wow, I can't even talk about like getting shafted or anything like that, because here comes Mila once again. Okay, well, Mila is just blessing us with these summons today. We got plus defense on that one. Let's go ahead and add her to the summons list. So we're actually at 9 copies of Mila. That's insane. No, like straight up, if I was going for a plus 10 Mila, this is insane right now. We've pulled nothing but Mila. We got just 1 copy of Leaf and 1 copy of Alm, and everyone else has been Mila. That is really good, guys. This is the kind of luck I needed on the Edelgard banner. Alright, we need 2 more copies of Mila to get the plus 10, I believe, because we have 9 right now, and I started off with 0 copies. And I am, of course, going to stop after we get the plus 10, because there's really no reason for me to continue after that point. I mean, I could go in for more copies of Leaf, but I don't know. I think having 1 plus 10 is a good enough place to stop. It's not like Mila is bad for fodder, though, because she does have Bracing Stance 3, and she has a Rally Plus skill, which is nice for inherits. But I don't know. I think I'm probably going to stop if we get a plus 10 Mila. Oh, a couple people giving shoutouts to Glitter Valkyrie in the chat. Is Glitter Valkyrie actually in the chat, though? I haven't seen her comment yet. Yeah, shoutouts to Glitter Valkyrie. Anytime I want to watch summons and just feel good, like... Glitter Valkyrie does the feel-good summons, of course. And I just love that Larichel avatar. It just fits her so perfectly. Alright, yeah, Glitter Valkyrie is in the chat. What's up, Glitter Valkyrie? How you doing? Glad you could make it to the live stream here. We are actually doing pretty good on these summons for Mila. Only 2 copies away from the plus 10 at this point, so hopefully your boy walks out of here a very happy man with that plus 10 Earth Goddess. Alright, we got Spiral Gamer in the chat saying, I'm hoping to plus 10 Legendary Edelgard, and I got 3 copies off of her debut. But your summoning from that banner has me worried, yeah. I mean, the Edelgard summons, if you look at it as me going in for Nagi, then we didn't do too shabby, because I got 7 copies of Nagi. But if you look at it as trying to snipe for a plus 10 Edelgard, then we only got 1 copy of her in 900 orbs. So that was definitely an RIP moment for me. And I had been saving up all those free-to-play orbs for so long just to get shafted like that. It felt pretty bad, but I mean, I am happy about the Nagi, so it wasn't like terrible, but definitely could have been better over there. But wow, I mean, on this banner, this is the type of luck that I'm having on this banner that I would have loved to have on that Edelgard banner. Edelgard is, of course, one of the craziest units in the game with her triple Gale Force shenanigans. Hey, okay, I will take that. Alright, so merge for my legendary Hector. That's very nice. I already have plus attack on this guy, so I don't need to worry about Ivies. Let's go ahead and add him to the summons. We managed to pull all of the green focus heroes on this banner, and I'm not even pulling on green pretty frequently, so that's not too bad. Yeah, we are doing very well here. I'm super happy that we were able to get the copy of Annette today, too. I wasn't sure if I was going to get her, because I'm sniping on colorless, of course, but... man, just getting that other copy of Annette to make up for the one I sacrificed, that made me real happy to pull her. Alright, we got Trevor Deschamps in the chat asking who is my favorite Three Houses unit. Oh man, that's actually tricky. Okay, I really like Petra a lot, and I really like Edelgard a lot. I mean, off the top of my head, those are my two favorites, but... because Petra really just reminds me of Lyn, and then Edelgard is just really cool. I think, like, that... yeah, probably those are my two favorites. But it's not like I dislike any of the other characters besides Dimitri. R.I.P. Dimitri fans. I don't know, I just... out of all three of the house leaders, Dimitri is actually my least favorite. And I like Edelgard a lot, and I like Claude a lot, but... I don't know, Dimitri, to me, he just seems a little bit boring, so I wasn't the biggest fan of him. But, like, for all the other characters, like... we got Annette, Mercedes, Felix, Ignatz, Ash, and, like, all of those dudes. I really like the other characters a lot. I feel like Three Houses has a very good supporting cast. Alright, Anderson Guerra saying Three House or Black Eagles for the win. Yeah. Shoutouts to Black Eagles. That was the house that I chose, of course, and I chose Crimson Flower. So yeah, I am a true blue Edelgard fan for sure. Alright, Swift Blue Shell in the chat saying he feels the same way about Dimitri. Yeah, I mean, Dimitri, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just a little bit boring to me. I don't know, I didn't really like him all that much. Supersonics 58 is saying play Dimitri's route, and maybe that would shed some more light on how his personality actually is, but I don't know. Hanako-chan just roasted me pretty bad. She said, if you chose Crimson Flowers, you're a simp. Oh man, that stings right there. Nah, I don't know. I just chose Crimson Flower because I like Edelgard. Like, if it was a choice between Rhea and Edelgard, who would I side with? I was like, I'll just side with Edelgard, why not? And Crimson Flower was a very different experience than I'm used to in Fire Emblem, because, I mean, you can sort of, like, break Fire Emblem's story down to a formula, right? Where it's, like, basically the same thing every time. You have a prince that loses his parents, and then that same prince needs to go on a quest with a bunch of friends to save the world from a random war started by some guy who was possibly taken over by an evil dragon. So that's a very common theme in Fire Emblem, but that wasn't really the case in Crimson Flowers, so it was a breath of fresh air for me to play that route and just have a completely different story for once. Tentacle Lord saying simping for Edelgard. Oh man, y'all in the chat have exposed me. Yeah, I simped for Edelgard. Alright, I'll admit it. But right now, I mean, right about now, Mila is actually simping for your boy Tacho. So, I mean, it kind of balances out, right? I got a Greek goddess that's simping for me. That's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can walk out of here with that +10, though. It's going to be real awkward if we start pulling some other colorless focus units at this point, because up until now, we've only been getting Mila. Imagine if we start getting, like, alms and leafs at this point. That'd be pretty wonky, but... I mean, we only need 2 more copies of Mythic Mila to get the plus 10, so we are looking pretty good on that front. Alright, Newt's saying, I never simped for Edelgard too. Don't worry, Tatro. Alright, we got SL Name in the chat. What's up, my boy? Drexter Rose saying, which 3 houses unit that's not in Fae would you like added? I gotta think about, probably Happy, even though, like, I've never even played Ashen Wolves, but I just like Happy. I just like saying her name, like, it just makes me feel good about saying Happy. Or it's probably pronounced Hoppy. I don't know, but, I mean, of course I'm gonna call her Happy, because that sounds funnier. And Hoppy's really cute, so hopefully she gets added, but... Like, if we're talking about a character that's not in the game yet, that wasn't in Ashen Wolves, maybe Felix would be pretty interesting. A couple of people have said that there's a good chance he may get a power creep version of a defensive special. Like possibly Aegis Plus or something like that to basically work off of the way that his legendary thing worked in Fire Emblem 3 houses. So I feel like if he got a shield type of special, that would be pretty cool. We haven't gotten one since we got Fiorm way back when, so we are overdue for sure to get one of those. Alright, we got Bert P saying Constance best girl. I don't know anything about Constance, but she does seem like the troubadour type, and I do like those types of girls. I like the rich type of girls that are just like, they like having tea parties and stuff like that. So pretty cool stuff with them. Alright, we keep on getting Mercedes today, so I may have to look into getting the plus 10 on her. She is a pretty good staff unit. Both her and Brady are some of the better options. And speak of the devil, we just got Brady and Mercedes. So these two are pretty much the infantry staff units you want to try to build. Alright, we're on 10% pity rate again. Okay, a whole bunch of colorless orbs keep showing up, so that is good. Alright, Jugoso in the chat saying school is bad, school is bad. Now see, I mean, the thing about school is that you do need it up to a certain point, right? Like, there are a lot of things that you do need to learn. Like basic math, basic English, basic stuff like that. How to read and write. A little bit of history too. I feel like history is important, but... Like, after you get to a certain point in school where we start learning, like, trigonometry and calculus and, like, all of that stuff, when am I going to need that? Like, I'm not going into a profession that needs to use that. I can understand if you are, but I feel like math after a certain point starts to lose its value unless you really want to become a profession in that type of thing. Or if you want to be a teacher or something, but yeah, like, I feel like you just only need a certain amount of education, and then that's pretty much where its usefulness starts to drop off. Now, of course, in the event that there's like an apocalypse or something like that, and we end up on a low amount of remaining humans alive, then that is when education is actually going to be very important. So we can pass off all the knowledge that we knew from beforehand and hopefully reshape our society back up to what it was. But, I mean, come on, what are the odds of there being something apocalyptic like that? And, I mean, first of all, if something like that does happen, we're going to be in a whole lot more issues than just education at that point. So, I don't know, man. That's just my 2 cents on that. Jugoso saying, doing calculus while buying my groceries. Yeah, I don't think you need to know, like, those types of formulas when you're just buying milk and stuff like that. Alright, let's go ahead and make some more of these combat manuals. I'm gonna have to probably just look at these after the summons and just sell the ones I don't need, because we have gotten a whole bunch of extras that I really just have no use for. At this point, I should probably just go for some merges on these units, but I mean, let's just keep on summoning. It is nice to have the units just waiting there in my barracks for us to take a look at every time I hop back in over there. Alright, we got Ike Fire Emblem in the chat asking me what my favorite anime is. It always changes. Like, it depends on what I'm feeling at the moment when I'm asked that question. So, right about now, I think I'd be feeling Yu Yu Hakusho a lot. Shoutouts to Yu Yu Hakusho. That is, of course, Togashi's first work. I am the biggest Hunter x Hunter fan in the world, so of course Yu Yu Hakusho is right up my alley as well, and I always liked Yu Yu Hakusho more than Dragon Ball Z back in the day, but I mean, Dragon Ball Z just took off way more than Yu Yu Hakusho, so of course Dragon Ball Z, I still love Dragon Ball Z. It is a little bit goofy with all the powering up and yelling and screaming they do, but I mean, it's all in good fun. I love the over-the-top antics in Dragon Ball, so it's always nice to have some of that. Now, for favorite manga, it actually does change. Like, I don't actually know what my favorite manga would be. Maybe Hunter x Hunter, but because it just keeps on going on hiatus so much, it's hard for me to really say I'd be feeling Hunter x Hunter if it came back at this point. Like, it's good when it comes back when you're really hyped up for it, but when Hunter x Hunter comes off of hiatus after like a year where there's no more hype generated for the manga, then it's not really the best for the manga, and it doesn't take off as well as it did back in the day. So Hunter x Hunter, if not for the hiatuses, would probably be my favorite, but I don't know, like, actually, I haven't really given it much thought what my favorite manga would be. Maybe even Hikaru no Go, if you guys know about that one. Hikaru no Go is actually pretty cool. Well, at least up until Sai leaves. Well, I guess that's a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't read that manga. But up until, like, the halfway point of Hikaru no Go, it's pretty awesome. And it's also pretty old school, so shoutouts to that, of course. Alright, we got Hanako-chan, well, not just Hanako-chan, but a whole bunch of people actually asking me if I watch My Hero Academia or JoJo's or stuff like that. I've never seen My Hero Academia, but I have seen some fan art of some of the characters, and I think the Frog Girl is actually pretty cool. I think she's adorable. And also, of course, with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I did play Jump Ultimate Stars way back in the day on Nintendo DS. So, Jotaro and Yusuke actually have a support in that game, so I used to run them together all the time. If you guys have played Jump Ultimate Stars, you know what I'm talking about, so shoutouts to that, of course. But yeah, Jotaro and also Dio were both in Jump Ultimate Stars, and I like to play as them on occasion. I was a Yusuke main in Jump Ultimate Stars. Yusuke and Killua, pretty much, those were my two guys. Alright, you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Jump Ultimate Stars is a little bit of an obscure game, I guess you could say. But it was actually probably my favorite DS game of all time, outside of maybe Dawn of Sorrow. Because, of course, you guys know how much I love Castlevania. Okay, we got another copy of Norn there, so this is very good. I mean, we need to pull some more copies of Norn so I can plus 10 her and just go ahead and sacrifice Midori into her, but Norn is playing really hard to get today, so I don't know if we're going to get enough copies for the plus 10, but hopefully things change. Alright, we got Toga Himiko in the chat saying Demon Slayer. Oh, yo, I've heard a lot of good things about Demon Slayer, actually. I should probably check that one out. I don't know too much about Demon Slayer, though. I would have to just start from scratch. But yeah, I have heard a lot of good things about that one. I believe they did a collab with one of the gacha games, actually, and that collab ended up, like, topping the App Store in sales just because of that collab, so that was pretty rad. Langrisser also did a collab with Yu Yu Hakusho, which almost got me to start playing Langrisser, but I don't know. I feel like with Faye and Dokkan Battle, I already got enough on my plate, so I don't want to hop into another gacha game already. Especially not one that has Yu Yu Hakusho characters, because there's no way I'd be able to refrain from just wailing out for a plus 10 Yusuke and Hiei and stuff like that. So it's a good thing I didn't hop into Langrisser, actually. Alright, Anthony Tan in the chat asking me what is my pity rate, so let's take a look. Okay, we're on 12%, RIP. That's not the worst that I've had. I've actually gotten as bad as 14.5%, but I mean, still 12% on a legendary banner is not really that great. Man, you know, I'm going to actually reset the seed again because it looks like we are having some issues here. And we are down to 546 orbs at this point, so we've gone in with, roughly 1,000 orbs already. So let me just start making some manuals, and then I will reset the seed. See if that does anything. I don't know if it does, but I mean, superstitions, sometimes they work out, so let's see if it helps us here. Alright, so let's hop back in. Hanako-chan saying, reset the seed in quotes, LMAO. Yeah, I mean, I'm an RNG player in like some of the old school games. I used to RNG abuse in stuff like Pokemon, so sometimes the seed can matter, but I doubt there's seeding in gacha games like this, because that would just be way too abusable. But you never know, right? So I might as well try it. It's better than nothing. Alright, Hanako-chan saying I got all the Milas in the multiverse and there's none left. Nah, there's got to be 2 more hiding around here somewhere, and that is why we are looking for them. Hopefully we can walk out of here with 2 more copies of Mila at least. Alright, Javier NF99 saying he joined the stream and I haven't gotten her since. Oh man, the bad luck voodoo has started to kick in here. Man, we were doing so good like a couple of... Well, I was going to say like a couple of minutes ago, but probably been like an hour ago actually since we were having good luck. I'm not really too keen on what the time is here. I don't know how long we've been streaming at the moment, but it is what it is. Alright, we've gotten so many copies of Tanya, but not a lot of copies of Norn. That does hurt me. Norn is basically just a bigger and better version of Tanya for the most part, which is unfortunate. I mean, Tanya, they did her so dirty. Her flavor text is Dagdar's daughter, which is like a complete disservice to her. Come on, there's more to Tanya than just the fact that she's Dagdar's daughter, right? So, yeah, like, they release her and then they immediately release Norn, who's just way better. So, poor Tanya never really had a chance in the spotlight. Alright, we got a Russian name in the chat. I can't actually pronounce that, but he says, go back to school talking, Tacho. Oh man, y'all thought I was on a roll with that school talk? Well, it's just how I feel. I've always felt that way. I've never really liked going to school. It's nothing against school. Like, education is important, of course, but I don't know. Like, I just never really got into school. Homework, I feel like, is just so excessive, and it makes you hate school, which shouldn't really be a thing. Like, if you're going to school, you want to like it, right? So, why would they give us homework and give us essays and stuff like that that are gonna make us not like school? I feel like if you want to teach education and make it be successful, it has to be fun and enjoyable, right? So if you want people to enjoy themselves, you would want it to be fun. Okay, yo, every single time I start talking about school, we start pulling the hot fire. Okay, I'm gonna hit every circle on this color, or every color on this circle, so we can make full use of my pity rate, but let's see the IVs here. Okay, we got plus res. That is not the plus attack that I was hoping for, but we are, of course, going to take our second copy of Leaf today. And, of course, we are also going to hit the rest of these circles here, see if we get some more stuff. Alright. Lucky Kari saying the school talk works. Yeah, it looks like that's how it is. I just start talking about school and we start pulling all the 5 stars. Oh man. This is like a sign from above that I should just be ranting about school all day. Alright, we got Beriko on that summon. Maybe we get Hector. Let's actually find out. Hanako-chan saying, quick, let's talk more about school. Oh man, I'm sure I've offended like a bunch of teachers out there. Well, not all teachers, right? Because some teachers actually are very fun and they give good lesson plans. I remember I learned a ton in high school in one of my math classes because, well, a couple of reasons actually. Because first of all of my friends were in that class, so I would sit next to them and we would just talk away. But like low-key, I would also be paying attention in the back of my mind. And this teacher also was pretty cool because she would give us the homework right at the start of the class. So we pick up the homework paper and we take it to our desk, and then while we were doing the lesson plan, I would actually double dip and be doing my homework at the same time. So it's a pretty effective way for us to do our homework while also paying attention to the lesson at the same time. So I feel like that was a good tactic by that teacher to help me pay more attention and also do my homework at the same time. I wonder if more teachers come up with creative ways to deal with homework like that. Because it is very important. I mean, homework is... I give a lot of crap to homework, but it is important to make sure you are understanding the lesson, right? So if there's a way you can integrate homework into the actual assignment of the day and have people doing their homework while they're paying attention, I think you're going to get more out of the lesson plan that way. So that's pretty cool. All right, a whole bunch of green orbs on this circle. I'm kind of tempted to just hit all the green ones, and maybe we get another copy of Hector here. That'd be pretty cool. All right, we got Sad Saint in the chat saying, hey, Tacho, just able to join in. Congrats on your lotto win. Yeah, I was not expecting that in a million years to actually just win $1,000 playing a Take 5 scratch-off ticket. That was so rad. I just woke up that morning. I was like, yo, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to get a bagel and cream cheese, and that's going to be my day. I'm going to come home, and everything is just going to be average. I don't know what compelled me to actually pick up that lotto ticket and buy it, but I was like, hey, today's the day, and today was actually the day. So, your boy did pretty good today. Alright, Mila is hiding from us at this point. Well, I'm not even hitting colorless, but just in general, we haven't been able to find Mila ever since we pulled her that last time, which was way long ago. I think I was on like 700-something orbs the last time we pulled Mila, so has been a while since we've seen our girl. Alright, we got Yannick LaFontaine in the chat saying, I think unless you are very young, responsibility in school should fall on students for the most part. Hey, we got a legendary Hector again. That's another merge for me. That's really good, actually. We pulled 2 copies of legendary Hector today, so my legendary Hector was only at +7. This puts him at +9, so maybe we pull one more copy and I can actually get the +10 on this bad boy. Alright, let's go ahead and add Hector to the list of summons again. Alright, we gotta expand my barracks, or make some more combat manuals. Man, they really need to get on this and fix it so that we can keep on summoning even after we've gone past the limit, right? Because at this point, there's really no point in me wasting orbs to add box space. When was the last time they actually did a box space update for us, too? Like, I feel like that was a long time ago. Yeah, they're very stingy about giving out box space for whatever reason. I was about to say, for a second I thought we were going to get a legendary Hector there once again, but... Because for some reason the summon animation actually slowed down. I don't know if you guys caught that, but... Right before Cherche showed up, I thought we were going to get Hector and just get the +10 on that bad boy. Raging Wolf saying, can someone put Mila's face on some milk cartons? Yeah, that is going to need to happen because it doesn't look like we're getting too much luck anymore with the Mila pulls. We were on a crazy streak with the Mila pulls like not so long ago, and now all of a sudden she doesn't want to show up. Low-key, I'm kind of tempted to start hitting green now, actually, because I only need one more copy of Hector to get the plus 10. Oh, man, I don't know what I should do here. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to go for it. Why not? Because a plus 10 on Hector is definitely going to help me out for fire season. So maybe we get him, maybe not. I don't know. And, of course, I'll take Ocean and Annette copies, too, so we can get some good skill inheritance on my other units. Alright, we got Bartree there. That's not the axe unit Papa that we're trying to get. Alright, yo, oh man. Now I feel really good about that because I was not actually going to hit green, and I don't know, man. Something just told me hit green on this circle, and now we have a plus 10 legendary Hector. So that's how things go sometimes. This is a really good day for me. Like, everything is just going in my favor. It's real nice to have luck like this because I'm one of the most unluckiest people, I feel. My luck is really inconsistent. Sometimes I either get super lucky or super unlucky. So getting lucky like this is a first for me. Hey, there we go. Okay, we found Mila. That is our 10th copy. We just need one more to finish her off. Alright, let's go ahead and add Mila. So we walked out of here with a plus 10 Hector and a plus 9 Mila. We're just going to keep on going, see if I can get that one final copy of Mila, and we'll be done for the day. And whatever orbs I have left over, I can save up towards the upcoming banner that we're going to get. Hopefully there's some good units on there. Alright, we got Ryuga Toshio saying something in hiragana, but chat is moving so fast I don't have enough time to actually read what he's saying there. It looks like he said omedetou, though, which basically just means congrats. Thank you, my boy. I appreciate that. Alright, we got Vopop30 saying the mother walks with me. Yep. Mother Mila has graced us today for sure. Yo, watch me pull another copy of Legendary Hector at this point after we've gone in so deep on the banner. Alright, we're on 8% rates. Makes sense because I didn't do a 5-star pull not that long ago. Alright, we got Johnson Tran in the chat asking me, what are my predictions for the upcoming banner? I haven't really given it much thought. I don't know what's actually coming up. Yeah, like, it could be Tellius again. I don't know if we'd get Tellius without beast units, though, but I would really love that. Units like Volk and Marcia and stuff like them just really need to be added to the game. So, I mean, hopefully they start adding units like that, but I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Either Tellius or Jugdral, I feel like, should be the way to go. Alright, Tacho is a complete weeb. He has mastered the art of anime. Oh man, it's been a hot minute since I've watched any animes though. I think the last anime I watched was Dragon Ball Super. I mean, I had to support Dragon Ball, right? Even though, personally, I feel like the old school anime was a little better than Super. Hey, there we go, fellas. So, we walked out of here with a plus 10 on Mythic Mila. So, let's go ahead and add plus res once again. Jeez. Okay, so I wanted plus res as the Ivies, and they gave me like 1 million of her. Let's go ahead and add that to the list. So, we are done. Everybody in the chat, we walked out of here with some real hot fire today. So Dragon Mama has come home and we got her to plus 10. You know, we might as well go ahead and hit the other colorless circle too, see if we get something else. I'm not sure that we will, but a leaf or an alm would be nice at this point. Alright, we got Angry Ninja Saizo, whatever. Yeah, so that's going to wrap us up for the summons today, guys. I am very ecstatic about the pulls we got. we got pretty much everything that I could have asked for. We got the plus 10 on Mila. We got the plus 10 on Legendary Hector. We got the Annette copy that I really wanted. We also pulled Ocean, so I can give Mirror Stance to my Fallen Ike if I don't like how Ocean plays myself. And that's pretty much going to wrap us up for today's video, guys. So thanks so much to everyone for hanging out with me and listening to me just ramble on about school and all that good stuff that we talked about. I guess it was all in good fun. I didn't mean anything by it. School is, of course, very important, so don't listen to the ramblings of me and just being so irresponsible and not liking school. It is very important for teaching real-life qualities, of course. But I better just stop talking about school at this point. So thanks so much, y'all, for hanging out with me today and watching me just wail out for all these crazy summons. Now, I don't know if the banner trailer or the Fae channel or whatever they're going to do is going to be tonight or tomorrow. We're going to have to wait and see. I do know the update is actually tomorrow, though, so if we are going to get a trailer, it's going to be either tonight or tomorrow, and I will be covering that in detail, of course, on the channel. So if you guys are interested for coverage like that, then definitely stick around, and we will be talking about it. So, as always, this is your boy Tacho signing out. Once again, thanks so much, y'all, for coming and hanging out with me today for the summons. And I'll catch you all again in the next one.